Alright, yo, what's poppin', guys? Your boy SquadDen here. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about the best build inside of RBL 3. If you guys have not yet, go ahead, drop a like, subscribe to notifications. I really would appreciate it. So we're going ahead to my player. Recently, if you guys have not been updated on Joke's Twitter, he talked about he was going to reset the character slots, and basically if you made a mistake on your character slot, or at first you want a type of build but you realized it wasn't good for you, then this is the perfect opportunity for you to go ahead and change it. There's different type of builds you can do, and there's different stats. So before you do anything, I want you guys to think about what type of thing do you guys want, like what type of position, what are you gonna mostly like focus on. If you want to be shooting a lot, of course you're gonna have to be a shooting guard. If you want to worry about being basically the playmaker or the PG of the team, you're gonna need some good dribbles, you're gonna need some good height, some good weight and whatnot. So basically it all depends on what you want. This is going to be the best build depending on what you want to do. Once again, I don't want to make everyone think that this is going to be perfect for them. It has to be based on preference. Say I want to shoot, once again, I have to pick an SC shooter, or like for instance, let's just go ahead and make my character. Let's go put my character's skin as, I guess I'll put it as brown, and the hair color is black, of course, and the browse color is brown, and the eye color that is brown as well, and my hair, I'll put it as the hair I usually have. I'll be right-handed. You don't have to have right-handed, that is really changing things. But as you guys see, if you have PG, you have top 6 skills: passing, handles, short layup, stamina, long layup, and speed. So as you can see, you're gonna have good passing, you're gonna have good handles, you're gonna have good layups, you're gonna have some decent amount of stamina and speed. That's gonna be something that's a perk of having a PG. If you're gonna be an SG shooter, you're gonna have 3-pointers, you're gonna have 2-pointers, you're gonna have free throws, you're gonna have speed, acceleration, and stamina. So that's also good. But however, if you are a point guard, you're gonna have better stamina than a shooting guard. And I do believe I'm correct that I played at RBL 2, so I know this for a fact. SGs are horrible at layups. I don't know why, but they just are. Maybe because of the height I had, but yeah. And if you want to be a small forward, you will have, if I'm correct, I believe you have, you have a worse short layup and a worse long layup than the PG, so that kind of sucks. But if you are a small forward, you do have pretty good dunk, and you do have a decent amount of stamina and speed, so it's not really that good. I don't really see a lot of people do small forward builds, but of course, since I do have a personal preference of being a shooting guard, I'm going to be a shooting guard. And if you're a power forward, you're going to have some really good strength, some really good post fades, some standing dunks, some post hooks, some driving dunks, and some long layups. So that's not bad. And for the center, a lot of people like to do center for stretch, so that's cool as well. They have really good shot contest, they have really good rebound and strength, and long layup, and then short layup, and then standing dunk. So like I said before, it all depends on what you want. I'm gonna go around like with different builds. It's not gonna be finalized. Like, okay, if you're gonna be an SG shooter, I do recommend you guys put it as shooter, of course, if you want to shoot threes mostly, because if you are a shooter, you can do stuff like the sharpshooter, the inside specialist, quick shot, and all those type of things, and do pretty good with the quick handles, stuff like that. So as you can see, the most you can get with a 2-pointer, if I'm correct, is 30. That's the maximum for it, I think. And then okay, yeah, that's the maximum for anything to this game, which is the SG shooter. So if you want to shoot threes, I do recommend you go with the SG shooter, of course. That's the best thing that you guys can go with. They aren't really that good at layups, like I said before. They're decent at them, not really too much. They're really bad at long layups, and they're pretty good at short layups, because most of the time I'm pretty sure they're short, if I'm correct. And the free throws on them are amazing as well. As you can see, the driving dunk is not that good. It's the same for the standing dunk. The moving two is horrible. The moving two is actually really bad. The moving three as well. Speed on it is pretty decent, if I'm gonna be honest with you. Speed with ball is the same as them when they're running. And then when you have the acceleration is not bad. It's pretty decent. Handles are horrible on it. So if you don't want to have good handles, I don't really know if you want this build. Passing is pretty decent on an SG shooter. The strength of it isn't really that good. Stamina is pretty decent on it. It's actually pretty good on it. Defense isn't, because it's a shooting guard. Power forward, small forwards, and centers are pretty good at defense, not gonna lie. So if you're gonna be playing with friends, I do recommend you guys have different builds. Don't get the same builds, because if you guys are gonna go against other people inside the leagues, it's gonna be a horrible time for you guys, and you guys are gonna lose a lot of matches. So like I said before, if you guys want to mainly shoot, you guys are gonna go with the shooter build. And if you guys don't want to only shoot, I do recommend you guys go with something like, actually, let's go to the PG. A lot of people like to go for the PG playmaker, right? So if you're the PG playmaker, you can get a lot of 2-pointers and you can get some decent 3-pointers, not really, but short layup is pretty good. Long layup, not really. Post fade and post hook are bad. The free throw is decent on it. Driving dunk is bad. Standing dunk is bad. Moving 2 is moving 2 is pretty good on it. Moving 3 not so much. Speed is decent and everything else is decent. Except strength is really good on it though. Everything is good. It's mainly for like 2-pointers and just passing the ball and just like making plays for your team. So that's a good build if you guys are going to be working with teammates and stuff like that. So I would definitely go ahead and get that if you guys can. But like before, I don't really know too much about that. I know for the PG playmaker, that's a really build. A lot of people like to use that. That's one of the metas inside of RV world. But another thing that people like to go with, of course, is the center for stretch. I don't want to tell you guys what is best because I don't really know the exact height limits for anything. But the stretch center has a really good 3-pointers and 2-pointers, which is very surprising to me. I don't know why, but it does. Same for the short layup, long layup, and this is why it's so overpowered. It's one of the most overpowered builds inside of RV world. So if you guys don't know what you want to go with, I do recommend you guys go with a 4 stretch or a shooter or a PG playmaker. Those are the metas of this game, so definitely go with those. And then if you guys keep looking at the stats, the speed on it is pretty decent. The speed of the ball is decent, not too bad but not too good. Handles on it are horrible though. Passing's decent. Everything is decent except for like the strength and the stamina. That's really because you're going to be pretty tall most of the time. Defense is really good on it though, and the shot contest, that's pretty good. Block is amazing on it. Like if you guys want to block and you guys once again have a team that you guys are going to run with on park and park releases, definitely go with the can't even speak, but go with the center stretch, and then the box out is decent. I just learned about stretch not too long ago, like the box out. I didn't even know that was a feature till like yesterday when I was watching someone's video. Or you can do a post score as well. Post score is pretty common with the power forward, so I don't really know if you guys want that. If you guys are going to use a power forward build, I do recommend you guys use something like that. It's pretty amazing. You have some good short layups, some long layups, and the driving dunks and the slamming dunks. So definitely if you guys are going for a center, go with the post scorers. That's going to be amazing. If you guys want to dunk, if you guys want to do those layups, those are an amazing build for it, and you're going to have amazing strength as well. So definitely go with that build. And you also have some really good rebounds, and you have maximum blocks, so that's amazing. If you guys want to build like that, definitely go ahead and get that. There's a lot of things that you guys can get. I don't really know. I think the maximum height, the minimum height that you can get is 5.4, so you can't really do too much with that. And the weight, let's see how much. Okay, so basically if you're gonna be, of course, if you're gonna like, you have to go through all these details. You have to look at everything. You have to think about, okay, what am I already gonna be bad at? Do I want it to be the worst it can be, or do I want to like slightly lower the stuff that's already good down, so the stuff that's already down can go up? That's what you guys have to do. You have to make some type of sacrifice. It all depends on personal preference. That's why I'm saying the best build depends on the person. So definitely think about what you want. If you're gonna be a small forward, you're gonna be doing a lot of layups, passing, standing dunks, speed, layups. So definitely, once again, you have to focus on those dunks, those layups, and like if you guys want to do dunks and slam dunks and layups, just go with a small forward, a power forward, or a center. Let me go to a power forward. Let's see what we can get. If you go to the power forward, you can go with the shot creator. I don't really know too much about the shot creator. I haven't really seen anything about it. I'm not too familiar with it, but I don't really know. I mean, like the 2-pointer is really good on this for the shot creator stretch. I don't really know about stretch like that much, but like I said before, it kind of depends on personal preference. There's a lot of great builds, and I'm gonna go with my build real quick. Let's see. Let's go with the SG shooter real quick. I don't really know too much about the SG shooter. Let's go for the SG shooter. I want to go with the shooter. And shooter playmaker is horrible in my opinion. I don't really know too much about it, but it looks like really bad. The 2-pointer is decent on it. The 3-pointer isn't as good as it is if you have the shooter. So like that's the point of getting a SG shooter. It's to shoot. So there's really pointless for you to get a shooter shot creator. So definitely don't do that. Please trust me, guys. Don't do that. You can do whatever you want for the height. Like I said before, it all depends on what you want to do. If you don't really care about handles, you don't have to worry about that. It's gonna go down. Acceleration and speed is gonna go down. But if you're not gonna do long layups, and you don't have to worry about that. If you want to block people and you want to do dunks, a little bit of dunks, which I highly doubt you're gonna do. But if you want to contest people and you want to get some pretty, good dunks, which I highly doubt you're gonna be dunking with an SG shooter, definitely make sure what you want to get is, I don't even know how to say it, bro. I'm so sped right now. But whatever you want to get, make sure you focus on that and you don't do anything that you don't need. I don't really know what I want because it's been a really long time since I played RV World. There's a lot of things. Just look at the stats and you have to play around with the settings, like the height and the weight, until you get the perfect result of what you want, like I said before. But yeah, it's not really too bad. I feel like this is a good build. All these builds that I went over, I wanted to go against multiple ones, you know, because everyone has their own personal preference. People are gonna do different things out of RV World, so definitely go ahead if you guys did appreciate this video, drop a like, subscribe to notifications. I really would appreciate it. And yeah, I'll probably try to do some more RV World videos. If we do 100 likes on this video, I'll do another RV World video or tutorial. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. It's been your boy SquadDen, and I'm out.